everyone, and welcome to this episode of Cannesversations. I'm your host, Stephanie Beach. I am here with David Kohl from Morgan Digital Ventures. Welcome.
Hello.
Day 4.
I know, exhausted.
I'm so exhausted. How is it going for you?
It's been an intense few days, extremely productive, and I'm spent.
Yeah, I'm spent too. I feel like it was a very productive week. It was jam-packed with lots of interviews, meeting lots of people. But it's been a whirlwind. This was my first CES. I'm not sure if you knew that, but it's my first one.
Welcome to CES. You'll learn to wear easier to walk shoes.
Oh, yeah.
You get your 15 to 25,000 steps in every day.
It's kind of equivalent to walking in Cannes, just not outside.
I prefer Cannes.
I prefer Cannes as well. So did you make it down to the convention center at all?
No, not this trip.
Okay. So have you heard about anything, or, is there anything during your meetings this week that kind of struck you as being kind of cool or different?
Look, we came to Las Vegas this year expecting to hear the words agentic and AI a million times. We heard agentic and AI a million times. I don't think anything has missed my expectations.
We're going to hear it a little bit more.
For sure.
For sure. So do you think brands should be concerned about running their ads adjacent to AI-generated content?
That's a question you can't just answer with a yes or no. There is clearly a lot of content that brands really should not be sponsoring. You've all heard the words AI slop. It's the AI version of MFA. I would not put my ads there. I think a lot of consumers recognize the crap that's being created with AI, and you just don't want your brand next to it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be next to some AI-generated content. There's some really entertaining stuff out there.
Yeah.
So it's not a yes or no. There's nuance.
It's very gray, and I think it really just depends on what you're looking to achieve, what your assets are, how you're utilizing the assets that you do have, and what you're using AI to generate.
It's what you're using AI to generate and what you're trying to portray as your brand image next to that AI.
Right.
Remember, it's not about your brand or the AI content. It's about how the consumer perceives your brand with the AI content.
Right, exactly. So do you think that brands are prepared for a world where consumers are questioning everything?
I don't think brands are currently ahead of the curve. They're not. For the most part, what I'm seeing is a small number of brands who have the budget, the talent, probably the risk tolerance to invest in AI, to put something in place to figure out how AI works for their company, how it creates differentiation. And then there's literally everyone else.
Yeah.
And the everyone else is most companies. They haven't really figured out how to make AI work for them and how to work with AI in a way that's good for their brand and good for consumers.
Yeah, I think that a lot goes into what, like you were saying a little bit earlier, what you're looking to utilize it for and how you want your brand to be perceived with it. Like, I feel like because people feel like they need to jump on the bandwagon, they're not always making the best choices or staying true to themselves in exploring other options and making sure it's the best fit. And sometimes, it kind of comes off as inauthentic.
Look, we have to be experimenting right now. And anyone who's in the market experimenting is better than a company that's sitting on the sidelines.
Yep, absolutely.
But it's a new frontier.
Yeah. So AI agents are already interacting with digital experiences at scale. I think this is happening more and more. I think it's happening more than we realize. How much do you think we really understand this behavior, and how much do you think we're fooling ourselves?
My opinion on agents is they have incredible promise. But right now, for the most part, not entirely, but for the most part, what we're seeing is a lot of promise, but not a lot of tangible reality.
Yeah.
In the conversations I've had this week with companies that are talking about how these cool new agents they've built, I'll call it alpha testing. We're not even beta testing for the most part.
Yeah.
There are a handful of things that I think are working. I think agents are getting good at completing repetitive tasks that businesses were doing. I don't want to call it manually, but kicking off AI version 1 manually. Now it's being done automatically with an agent. But the real power of agentic AI is yet to come.
Yeah, I believe that too. And I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. So switching gears a little bit, retail media networks is another hot topic. More so commerce media networks. They're popping up everywhere. First party data is so valuable. And now every company that realizes the gold mine that they have with that data is starting to mine it and utilize it. How could we standardize retail media networks measurement to end fragmentation and maximize ROI?
That's a complex question. I'm going to answer it a little differently than you asked it.
Okay.
I think that I've always felt since the first birth of the retail media network concept that it's a very powerful place for advertisers to have their advertising. It's close to the consumer. It's transactional. It's nirvana for closing the loop on the transaction. The intelligence that the RMNs have with that data and the intelligence that they can then share with the OEMs, it's bar none the best that's out there. It's also a ripe feedstock for AI. Ripe. So I expect the retail media networks to continue to have incredible value. I expect that those that are embracing and using AI to as much as possible today, and there are examples. Criteo is way ahead of the curve on this.
Yeah.
They're going to really be differentiated. We should expect that retail media networks will continue to be a very, very strong place for advertising in an AI and agentic world.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that it's, I do think that in some aspects there will eventually be some consolidation. I feel like it's part of the cycle of our industry of where, there's all of these different companies popping up and utilizing all of this different data, and you're kind of cherry picking from here to bring it all into one system. Do you think that there will be a time where maybe some of these companies merge or a larger data company buys some of these?
For sure. It's already happening. I mean, the retail media craze of, let's call 2024 into 5 has already seen consolidation. You're already seeing the concentration among some of the giants. I think that will continue.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a surprise, though.
Yeah, I don't
expect it.
I definitely do expect it as well. So with all of the change in our industry and everything happening with AI, retail media networks, live sports, we could go on forever, right? And your background, being a consultant for many years, working with so many different businesses, starting your own business, how are you, or what do you think would be a big lesson to bring into 2026, considering all of the evolution and how far the industry's come and where you see us going?
Look, AI is a massive technology change that will force transformation across businesses, but it's not the first time. This is not the first rodeo. Over the 25 years that I was in consulting and the subsequent 10 in which I ran 2 startups, there's always a lesson, which is, one, understand what your real goal is. What are you really trying to achieve? What truly differentiates your business? What creates competitive advantage? And focus on solving that problem. And if there's multiple goals, one at a time. A mentor of mine many years ago used a metaphor: go 10 yards at a time. Figure out what's the first down, what's the first 10 yards. Get it done well, and then move on. We can all look down the field and know what a touchdown looks like. But
I like that,
it's really hard to achieve that. So achieve 10 yards at a time.
But it's looking at the long-term goal and creating steps to get there.
It's starting with the goal. Right now, so many companies are throwing AI against the wall like spaghetti and seeing what sticks.
Yep. And that's not working.
That's not going to work.
No.
Start with the goal. Take it 10 yards at a time.
I like that advice. It's really good advice. So are you ready for some rapid fire?
Rapid away. On this third day of CES, I'll respond as quickly as possible.
Fair enough. So, authentic in-game experience or personalized live sport betting?
End-game experience. I'm all about the experience.
Okay. Voice agents like Siri and Alexa, or vehicle operating systems like Android Auto?
Voice.
Much
more ubiquitous.
So, about streaming ads, non-disruptive overlays or shoppable pause ads?
That's tough because it depends on the environment. I'll go back to the earlier response, which is experience. You've got to create an experience that works in the environment for the consumer So both of those work, different experience.
Okay. And based off of your experience, as well as what your meetings held this week, what would be your one prediction for 2026?
I think that the ad tech supply chain is going to finally shrink. We've been talking about consolidation for years. It hasn't really happened. I think we may see that this year for real.
Okay. And what event do you find most valuable and why?
I love Cannes.
Yeah.
I love Cannes because it's just a great place to do business. It's a wonderful atmosphere. But the folks that spend the money to come to France are there to do business.
Yeah.
Nobody wastes their money to just go and sip rosé, or if they do,
Good for them.
Very big mistake. So I love going to Cannes because it's a great place to do business with people who really want to do business.
Awesome. And last question, what is your Vegas guilty pleasure?
You know, my daughter calls me OAF. And I like, my guilty pleasure is having a really nice quality dinner and then going to bed.
Going to bed. It's probably really smart.
I never adjust to West Coast time.
Okay.
So I'm up at the crack. I'm up way before dawn. It's pitch black when I wake up. So great dinner and going to bed that's my guilty pleasure.
So there was someone I interviewed this morning and they had an issue adapting as well. And so every conference, he'll get up at sunrise and go for a walk. So he walks the strip every day at 6 a.m.
That's wonderful. I got on my computer and took all the emails that I didn't send the day before and did them. And
That's better use of time.
I will tell you about this morning. I texted early this morning saying, you suggested a time next week. When was it? And she texts back, says 5 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm like, okay, 3 hours. So I put it in for 8 p.m. That's 8 p.m. here.
Yeah, it's 11 home. Oh my goodness.
So she texted me back, she says, I think you got the 3 hours in the wrong direction.
At least she picked up on it, right?
Quickly.
Well, David, this was great. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Until next time.
Thank you.